Welcome TechBrothersIT. In this video, we are going to start a new portion of Fabric called the pipelines, and this will be our first video. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover pretty much every activity that is used in pipelines, so you will have good idea. But before I will jump into the start creating the pipelines with different activities, I want to show you something. So here on my channel TechBrothersIT, and you can see one of the playlists is called the Azure Data Factory tutorial. There are 198 videos, and these videos are in very detail. It covers all the activities that I'm going to cover pretty much in the Fabric as well, but there is a lot more that you can learn from here. These are real-time scenarios, most difficult scenarios, most common scenarios, and people use. So I have created tons of videos on those topics. Also, if you go to the TechBrothersIT.com and then go to the Azure Data Factory tutorial step by step, then you will see a list of all those videos right here as well. So this I have divided according to the different topics, such as this is under introduction, how to do GitHub, Azure DevOps, backup, restore, copy activity. So I might be covering maybe 3 or 4 videos in the Fabric for the copy activity, but here you see that how many I have created with different sources, destinations, and other scenarios. Now with the delete activity, web activity, so you see I have many videos on these topics. So I hope you will be able to go on these places and look for the things you are looking and scenarios, and then you will be able to learn. Let's go back to our Fabric UI, and the very first video I'm going to create is how to use a copy activity to load file from a Lakehouse to the warehouse in Microsoft Fabric. So let me go to the workspaces here, and one of the workspaces is Sale Workspace. Under the Sale Workspace, I have created the folders, and one of the folder is called the Lakehouse. And the Lakehouse name is Tech Brothers Lakehouse. Once I click right there, you are gonna see 2 tabs of files and tables. And here, if I click on the files, I'm gonna see all the files on this side. If I click on the tables, then I'm gonna see the list of the tables here. Now my goal is I have let's say this is my files, and then maybe I have created a staging area, and in this staging area I have some files sitting there, and my goal is I want to load this file from the staging folder to the warehouse. So let's open the warehouse as well, and I will show you the warehouse. So go to workspaces here, then go to Sale Workspace, and here is my warehouse folder. In the warehouse folder, I have 2 warehouses. One is sales warehouse and another is a tech warehouse. So I'm going to take a DWH warehouse, and here you can go to schemas and then tables, and you can see these tables are there. So let's go ahead and create this pipeline that should read the file from our staging folder in the Lakehouse and then load to the data warehouse. So now to create this pipeline, there are many different ways. You can go to the workspaces here, and then you can go to Sale Workspace, and here you will see the item, new item. Let me click right here, and then I'm going to click on pipelines, because I want to create that pipeline inside this folder. So here I'm going to say new item, and then I'm going to go for a data pipeline. So once I click right there, I can call this one a PL load Lakehouse file to warehouse. Okay, so that's my pipeline. So now our pipeline UI is open here, and this is the home page, and then there are a lot of tabs available. So do not worry about all that, because I'm going to cover pretty much everything. So we will take one item at a time. So let's go to the activities here, and there is an activity called the copy data. So I can click right there and say add to canvas or use copy assistant. So now if you want to use the copy assistant, that's fine. It is going to ask you some question. Hey, what is your source? What is your connect to your source? What is your destination, and all that? So it's okay. Let's actually use the copy assistant, and then we also do the copy activity later in the video, because I'm gonna do videos anyways on many of these. So here, if you see that we have one lake catalog, and you can see right here we have our different lake houses and our warehouses. In this case, what we have a tech lake house, that's what I would like to use, and that lake house has files and tables. As of now, you can see that it is using trying to get the list of those tables because I have selected tables here and it got me all the tables from here. Now what I want to do, I don't want to go in the table, I want to go into the files. So it's going to give us the preview and then we will be able to select the file. Remember that we had staging folder, and inside the staging folder we had that file sitting there called sample customer underscore DW. Now I have selected that file and then we are going to wait for it. It's reading the file and then it's gonna select some options. So as of now you can see that it has selected the file format. It is saying, hey, it is a delimited text. So yes it is, and it is a comma separated. Yes it is, and then it is saying row delimiter. Yes, this is the right row delimiter. And then you can see some of the records right here. It is showing us in the preview and they look fine. And you have options such as filter by last modified and compression type. In my case it is a CSV file, so we don't have to worry about any of these advanced options. Now we'll hit next. It is a new fabric item, and if you want to create the new fabric item, I don't want to create the new one, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit and then I'm going to use the existing one. So let's use the tech data warehouse, and then we can say load to the existing table or load to the new table. So as it is selected load to the existing table, it has selected this table automatically because this table there was no table actually here. So now we will load to the existing table. It's going to show me the list of the tables and if there is any table I can write to, but I'm not interested to write to any existing. I'm going to go to the new table. And here it is giving me the schema. I can put in a different schema if I like, and I'm going to call this one sample. Okay, and then I'm going to just add 2025. So it's one time load I'm doing, and I'm going to just load to this one. Now it is showing me the list of the columns, and you can always do import schema, and it's going to get those columns from the file, and then it's going to show you. So you have source columns here and destination column on this side. As we're creating a new table, we can always go, and maybe if I don't want customer ID, I can simply say that ID. Instead of first name, maybe I will say F name, so that's fine, and I can change L name, last name to the L name. So it's my choice if I want to create different names than from the source. Now let's click on the next button here, and what we are seeing here, we are seeing two things. So default value, if we want to set some default value for your column, then you can select that and put the value. In our case, we are getting all the values from our source, so we don't need any default values. Also, you have enable staging, and then by default it will be if you click here, it will be saying data store type, workspace, or external. So what is enable staging? Let's click right there and take a look here. When you copy data from a source data store to the sinks data store, you might choose to use Azure Blob Storage or Azure Data Lake Gen 2 as the interim staging store. Staging is especially useful in these following cases. So you want to ingest data from various data stores into the Azure Synapse Analytics via Polybase, copy data from or to Snowflake, or ingest data from Amazon Redshift, HDFS performantly. So learn about these details. You can always click on these links and go there. You don't want to open ports other than 80 and 443 in your firewall because of the corporate IT policies, or you are dealing with something. Sometime it takes a while to perform a hybrid data movement, that is a copy from on-premises data store to the cloud data store over a slow network connection. So how exactly this staging works? So it read from the source, then integration runtime will take that and put into the staging blob, and then integration runtime run to take that again from the staging blob and put it in sync. So this is all happening automatically. You don't have to do anything. So let's go back here, and let's say if we don't want to enable staging, I think we are going to get error in this case. Direct copying data to the warehouse using copy command is not supported for the specified source. Please enable staging. So we have to enable staging in this case. So in this case, we can leave this workspace and specify to use built-in staging storage, or we can do external. So if you will choose the external, then you will be making a connection to this staging account. So you will go right here, and then you choose more, and then you will be choosing blob storage, or you will be choosing data lake gen 2. So you will be choosing one of these and then make a connection there. So in our case, we are not going to make any connection here. We are going to go back here and use the workspace, and now we are going to hit next, and then it is giving us the summary. So you can see that it is reading from the Lakehouse. It is reading this file, and the folder is staging in which this file is sitting, and then it is writing to tech data warehouse, and that's the table it is going to write. So save and run, and it is going to create this copy data activity here for us, and then going to run. So copy activity, it went into the queue first, now it's in progress, and then finally it's going to go to the success. Meanwhile, we can go to the tech data warehouse, and we can refresh the tables, and then we will be able to see our table is created. So you can see this table is created. I can go to the select query, and also our pipeline run is completed. So if I go back to the pipeline here, and we are going to see this is completed successfully. And we can click on this copy, and then what we can do, we can see how many bytes it has read, how many files it has read, and how many rows it has read, and then how many rows are written, and what was the data written size. Also, it tells you source to staging duration 14 seconds, and then staging to the destination, so 25 seconds. So you can take a look how exactly and how much time it took for each of the stage in this execution. Now we can close this, we don't need this one, and now we can go back to our tech data warehouse, and I ran this query for this table, and we are seeing all those records has been loaded. Now this was a very easy way to use the copy activity, or actually copy data assistant in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and create another video, and how we will use copy data, and we will start from basic instead using the copy assistant. So that's good for now, and I will see you guys in the next video.